Hello there guys, welcome back to Reborn with Michael. Today I want to talk about the fact that you can literally change your reality. By the end of this video, if you apply this technique, you will literally awaken, start to realize that you live in a literal simulation and you'll be able to change your reality. And I really want to show you how, because there's a few fundamentals that we really need to understand. And I'm going to show you in the ways that I have been using it in this month in general, and just really interesting, intricate things of how to actually exit the matrix, they call it. Just exit this sort of solid reality and realize that you can change it. And it is very fluid once you understand these simple things. If you like Spirituality Simplified, please consider like, sharing and subscribing. Also, check out my free Facebook group and come and find me on Instagram. That's all linked in the description there, guys. I'd love you to come and check it out. So let's talk about this. There's a few things that we need to talk about. Our words are powerful. Our imagery and visualization, the imagination is very powerful. But the most powerful is our energy, our feelings, okay? Now, why do I tell you this in this video? Because when I started to realize that these were the three pillars that connected me to God or the divine, and how to sort of use that divine power to have influence and acceptance and sort of change in my reality, I realized these things. Now I want to tell you what made me come to this realization. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, obviously, who want to change their lives, and I have some friends who are entrepreneurs, and myself, I have my own business and stuff that I do as well with the coaching and other things. But here's what I wanted to say. I recognized the other day that I was speaking and I was thinking and I was projecting into the future unconsciously something that I did not want to happen. What was that unconscious projection? And this is what we have to do. We have to wake up to these unconscious projections. We are very reactive towards life. I was actually saying to myself, hey, look, it's December. I'm going to be taking 2 weeks off. It's going to be crazy busy in January. Everyone's going to sleep now for Christmas. This month is going to be slow. This is going to be... What? So I started to project into my future. A slow month, less people wanting to kind of reach out and sign up to work with me, less things happening, all of these things. And guess what happens? And I talk real. Everything that I say on here, I live. Nothing that I talk about is unauthentic. I tell you my life and what is going on. It's the only way that I can coach. It's the only way that I can teach, is to be authentic in the living of these divine truths and then expressing them with you. I started to realize that I'm projecting into that future. And what happened? Frustration after frustration. Also, there was another thing that I need to tell you about. Not only was there that frustration, but life was showing me another issue that I needed to let go of. It was saying, and it will show up. It will show up in your life, the things that you need to change so your reality can change. So I realized I was projecting into my future a desire that I didn't want. And what happened? It said yes. It said yes. You need to understand, we live in a yes universe. If you are reactive, if you are responsive, if you do not discipline your mind and your emotions, you will start to create unconsciously. And there'll often be reactive creations. So you'll start to create problems in your life. This is a universe of divine law and order. We have an alpha and omega divine presence. It is all. It is the giver and the gift. So what you need to understand then is that we need to start to train our mind to trust and direct that focus. For we are the spark of the divine. God imagined himself as man and man became. This is what I want you to understand. You have the God presence within you, and it just goes towards what you direct your mind towards. This is why I teach people how to let go. Because if you find peace, balance, harmony in you, you will find peace, balance and harmony in your entire life. So I was projecting unbalanced stuff. And I also was starting to notice I was reacting in another area of my life, and problems were happening there. This is the truth of life. Your life will flow beautifully if you do not react to life anymore. If you realize that you are reacting to a created thing. This is a created thing. And we are taught very, very definitely that we are to worship only one thing, God. And that God is a jealous God, but not a man in the sky who's judging you for not being, and not a man in the sky who is judging you. It is it is a presence within you that is literally bringing your life forward. I want to talk about this ever so slightly, okay? Because this is what I started to do. I started to remember Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your paths straight. Why do I bring this one up? Oh man, because I realize when we become God intoxicated, and what I mean by that is we saturate our mind with divine thoughts, divine truths of peace, harmony, abundance, flow, the sacred circle of protection. I started to realize that I'm talking into my experience, issues in my business and in my life. So instead of speaking these things, I started to work with the energy of frustration, let it go. And instead I started to say, December is the busiest month for me. I have wonderful clients reaching out to me who get great results from working with me. It is a wonderful month full of prosperity, joy, peace, harmony. I'm divinely guided by the infinite to succeed in all areas of life, love, business, my marriage, my children. Everything that I do is protected by the sacred circle of God's divine trust and harmony, and there is only good laying before me. You see, we become unconscious and we start to react to life and we'll say, yeah, it is a quiet month. Oh yeah, my relationship is like this. We create a characters in our minds of people, places and things. So it will be like, she's acting up, she's doing this. Trust me, if you want to see harmony in your relationship, do not keep creating characters of them. What you need to understand is that everything is us expressed outwards. We do not control people, but we can evoke the spark within them. So what happened to me in my areas of my relationships and my business, the spark of that want to work with me was ignited in the people, so they were drawn to me because I was on the same energetic match of them now. Rather than them being repelled from me and saying, no, I'll wait to the new year, I started to open up that this was a busy, wonderful month. And I've signed on some beautiful, wonderful clients. When it comes to your relationship, it's like create a character of love, of joy, of absolute kindness in that person. I've been working with some people on their relationships too. You need to understand that all things are relationships. Your relationship with money, your relationship with your loved ones, your relationship with your business. You get to decide. This was the truth that really broke me out of this simulation. I realized that I get to decide what is. So I'm going to decide that life is amazing. Life works out for me. Now, a lot of people will go, well, and I get comments like it, well, I've got to pay my rent in 4 weeks. What do you suggest then? I'm saying the more that you live in fear around your problems, the more you imprint them and stamp them into existence. I've been there with £40 left in the bank, nothing left, broken. I was overweight, unhealthy, nothing. And I surrendered to God, because surrendering to God is trusting in the divine truths that I lay into my mind more than the reality that I see in front of me. This is the only way you're ever going to change the simulation. This is the only way you're ever going to change your reality. If you start to realize that your reality is meaningless without you putting meaning on it. You get to decide what your reality is. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, my friends, it is uncomfortable to face a reality that feels out of control. But the only control we have is how we react to life. That's it. Once you do that and you change your reactions, you'll just notice life happens to work for me. This was the divine truth that was washed over me when I had my awakening. I awoke to it. And that's what awakening is realizing that this is literally a simulation almost, you know? It is a fluid reality. It can change at any moment. Why worry about changing for the worse when you can train and sort of make your mind the soldier that listens to your instructions? Your deeper mind will start to trust in those instructions, and it will start to be compelled to take you towards that end. This is what Neville Goddard was talking about, Joseph Murphy, even Joe Dispenza. When you change, your reality changes. So I decided to change by letting go of all fear and surrendering to a divine presence that I know loves me. You can do it too. Are you ready? If you are ready, comment down below, I am all in, and I will know you made it to the end of this video. If you want to change your life in 2025, apply these truths and also reach out to me at rebornwithmichael.com if you need some extra support. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I'll see you at the next one.